There comes a point in life when silence becomes your greatest weapon. The urge to explain, to defend, or to seek closure often feels overpowering, but true strength lies in walking away without a word. Silence is not just the absence of noise, it is a statement in itself. When you cut all contacts, you create a boundary that no words could ever establish. This is not about revenge or proving a point, it is about reclaiming your peace, protecting your energy, and choosing yourself over the endless cycle of unnecessary conversations. People often mistake silence for weakness, but it is the complete opposite. It is a display of power, control, and emotional intelligence. When you decide to be silent and cut off contacts, you remove yourself from toxicity, manipulation, and people who drain your mental strength. Not every situation requires a response. Sometimes, the best response is to say nothing at all. You cannot control how others perceive your silence, but you can control how much access they have to your life. When you remain silent, you create mystery. People will wonder why you are no longer available, why you are not reacting, why you have suddenly vanished from their reach. This is where true power lies, when you are no longer predictable, no longer an open book that anyone can read at their convenience. The more you speak, the more people find ways to twist your words, manipulate your emotions, or find weaknesses in your arguments. But when you withdraw, they have nothing to hold against you. Cutting all contacts is not an act of hate, it is an act of self-preservation. It is a decision to remove yourself from relationships that no longer serve you. It does not always have to be dramatic. You do not have to announce it, you do not have to justify it, and you do not have to explain yourself to anyone. You simply step away. You stop engaging, stop responding, and stop making yourself available. Over time, the people who never valued you will feel your absence the most. When you choose silence, you also choose peace. You no longer allow negativity into your mind. You no longer give people the satisfaction of knowing how they affect you. You become untouchable, unreachable, and immune to the chaos that once consumed you. Some people thrive on your reactions, they feed off your emotional responses. The more you argue, the more they win. But when you are silent, when you do not engage, you strip them of their power. They are left with nothing but their own reflection, forced to deal with themselves. One of the most important things to remember is that not everyone deserves closure. Some people believe that every conflict needs a conversation, that every misunderstanding must be talked through. But the truth is, some bridges are meant to be burned without looking back. Some relationships end not with a discussion, but with distance. You do not owe everyone an explanation for your choices. You do not have to justify your silence. When you cut all contacts, you make it clear that you are done, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. There will be people who try to reach out, who suddenly notice your absence, and want to pull you back in. They will send messages, call from different numbers, or even try to guilt-trip you into responding. This is a test of your strength. If you respond, you open the door for the same patterns to repeat. But if you remain silent, you reinforce your boundaries. You teach people how to treat you by the access you allow them to have. If someone has disrespected, betrayed, or drained you, their access should be permanently revoked. The hardest part of cutting all contacts is dealing with your own emotions. At first, you may feel the need to explain yourself, to have one last conversation, to make sure they understand why you are walking away. But this is where discipline comes in. The closure you seek will not come from them, it will come from within. You do not need their understanding to move on. You do not need their approval to heal. The moment you stop explaining, you set yourself free. People who truly care for you will respect your silence. They will not force you to stay in situations that hurt you. They will not make you feel guilty for protecting your peace. But those who only wanted to use you, manipulate you, or control you will panic when you cut them off. They will try to make you feel bad for choosing yourself. They will call you selfish, ungrateful, or even immature. But their words mean nothing. Their opinions hold no weight. Because at the end of the day, you know why you left. You know why silence was necessary. One of the biggest misconceptions about silence is that it means you are weak or afraid to confront a situation. But silence is not avoidance, it is wisdom. You do not have to engage in every argument. You do not have to defend yourself against people who have already made up their minds about you. When you choose silence, you rise above the noise. You operate on a higher level. You refuse to be dragged into meaningless battles that serve no purpose. Cutting all contacts is also about self-respect. It is about recognizing when a relationship is one-sided, when you are the only one making an effort, when you are constantly giving but receiving nothing in return. It is about acknowledging that you deserve better and having the courage to walk away. Some people will never appreciate you until you are gone. And by the time they realize your worth, it will be too late. Silence teaches people a lesson they will never forget. It forces them to reflect on their actions. It makes them question their behavior. When you cut all contacts, you show them that you will not tolerate disrespect, inconsistency, or manipulation. You show them that your presence is a privilege, not a right. And most importantly, you show yourself that you are in control of your own life. There is a certain power in being unbothered. When you stop reacting, you become untouchable. When you stop explaining, you become unpredictable. And when you cut all contacts, you become free. People who thrive on drama will try to pull you back in. They will bait you with messages, provoke you with accusations, or send mutual friends to convince you to return. But you owe them nothing. Your silence is your response. Your absence is your answer. One of the most liberating things you can do is disappear from the lives of those who do not value you. Stop seeking closure from people who never cared. Stop trying to fix relationships that were never meant to last. Stop giving energy to people who take you for granted. The moment you walk away without a word, you reclaim your power. You take back control of your emotions, your time, and your energy. Always be silent. Cut all contacts. Watch how your life changes when you prioritize yourself. Watch how people start to respect you when they realize they no longer have access to you. Watch how peaceful your mind becomes when you no longer entertain negativity. True power lies in knowing when to walk away without explanation. True strength is in silence. Your life is yours to control. Do not let anyone manipulate you into staying in situations that drain you. Do not allow guilt, fear, or obligation to keep you tied to relationships that do not serve you. The people who genuinely care will never put you in a position where you feel the need to choose silence. But the ones who do not deserve you will always try to break your peace. So be silent. Cut all contacts. And move forward with your life. The peace that follows will be worth every moment of discipline. You owe it to yourself to be free.